Welcome back. Thanks for joining me. I get asked the question quite frequently from clients that I work with or members of 3-Week Intense, how much strength training should I be doing? How much time should I spend doing strength training? We know that there's different pillars of exercise. We have our cardiovascular exercise, and then we have our strength and stability or resistance training. And there's so much variety in what those different exercises consist of. And there is so much power in getting educated on what really is required for you to be cardiovascularly fit so that you can essentially thrive throughout your life. And one of those ways of thriving is to avoid pain, avoid illness, really avoid the breakdown of you, right? If that's the goal, and I would believe for most people it is. When you work with me in coaching, you have a health questionnaire. If we will be working in the area of health and wellness, you have a questionnaire that you will fill out. And one of the questions is, how important is your health? And, it's amazing. Every single time I get a new client and they fill out their form, I go to that question and everyone puts very. It's very important. Yet so many people aren't living the life to honor that. And I actually have a workshop where it's really structured to check yourself on that. It's called the Life Blueprint, where you walk through some exercises to see if you really do value what you say you value. And it's really powerful because sometimes we just simply need to check ourselves. So it's hard for me to help anyone that asks me how much time they should spend in strength training if I'm not working with you one-on-one. Working one-on-one, I gather a lot of information about you, your past, where you're at today, where you would like to go, and we create a program that you can achieve. So we don't do anything or make any high pie in the sky goals that you just simply aren't going to reach. So I really don't have the answers, but I will share what I feel would be ideal if someone simply just said, just share with me what I should be doing. And again, that would never happen because I'm going to say we have to work one-on-one, but I get that everyone wants answers. So I'm just going to be transparent and share. And you take it how it applies to your life. Take what applies and just disregard what doesn't, or what you just don't see yourself doing or achieving, and that's okay. It's your journey. While it'd be great if everyone chose the path of being healthy, we can only take care of ourselves. And when I work with a client, my goals are off the table. It's all about the client and helping the client achieve success how they see it. Not how I see it, how they see it. But at the end of the day, most people just want answers. So I kind of took myself a little bit as a guinea pig to be able to give you a little bit of a guide to follow. And then I also thought about my clients and all the women that I work with, from younger women that are in the midst of raising very small children. I even have a couple of clients who are pregnant currently, all the way up to the women that are my age and older that maybe are empty nesting. Okay, the kids are all grown and gone, or they're completely retired. They're in that next phase or season of life. And I really tried to think about, if I took everyone in their situation, what would be something that I could throw out there that I confidently feel most people could achieve. Because when I look at myself, I can achieve it. And when I look at all my clients and their different pockets and seasons, I believe they could achieve what I'm going to share with you today also. It doesn't mean that they do, but they certainly can achieve it, because sometimes people will throw out, I don't have time to exercise. And I truly believe you don't have time not to. It's not that you don't have time. And I believe there's an element of taking ownership about that. I do have the time. I'm just choosing to put my time somewhere else. We are all blessed with the same number of hours in a day, and we all have active roles. Please watch my active roles video so you can identify yours, because our active roles really dictate how much extra time we have. So if you're in a season where your kids are keeping you running 24/7 after work, even before work, this is a season where you may have to give up other things to be able to take care of your health. If you watch movies, if you read, not that there's anything wrong with these, it's just, again, we have only so many hours in the day. If you spend time scrolling, whatever you spend your time with, you can't say yes to everything. Sometimes we're actually saying no to things that serve us because we can only say yes to one thing. So what I did is I spent the last 5 weeks tracking how much time I spent just in the pillar of exercise that is strength or resistance training and stability. So not everything is me lifting a weight. Some of it is me holding my body weight or doing plyometric exercises, but they fall in the strength and stability category. And I'll share, I've changed a lot of my moves as I've gotten older, because now balance and stability in my season of life, I'm almost 53 years old. Strength is very important, and I certainly need it, but I also need to really focus on balance and stability, because falls later in life are very common and they can be prevented, believe it or not. And if you have the muscle mass to protect your bones, and you've put the work in and you've done the stability and balance exercises, you can avoid a lot of those mishaps that take place with our elderly. The other thing, and I hope this is no surprise to you, if it is, I'm happy to share. The older that we get, especially women, the more important, it's critical that we are putting work in with weights, whether it's picking up a physical weight or you are doing some type of weight-bearing moves. It's so important, and it's so often neglected. And a lot of it is because a lot of women, they just don't feel educated in this. They didn't witness maybe their mother doing these type of exercises. So they feel like, I don't know what to do. And we really got to a place where a lot of people, maybe if they were working out, they would call just their cardio working out, but that's not truly working everything out. Or they walk for exercise and that's it. Unfortunately, if that's all you're doing, you probably will have problems, if not for sure later on in life, as a result of not putting the work in with the resistance and strength training and the stability and balance. So the older that we get, ladies, the more important. It's always important, but it is critical. It's critical that this is taking place in your life and that you're making the time for it. The beautiful thing is, for a lot of us, as we're getting older, we are middle age, we are my age and above. You would hope some of us have more time. I can't say that I do, because I run 2 businesses, and I'm very involved with my children and my grandchildren, so I can't really say that I do have more time. But I'm not getting up with an infant in the middle of the night I'm not having to spend time nursing a baby. So I'm not having to hold a bottle, whatever. There's a lot of freedom that I have. And many women, when they get to my season, have that freedom as well. So all the more reason to make sure you're really looking at where you put your time so that you can ensure that you are putting time into taking care of your health. Think about, what do I want my last decade of life to look like? Do I just want to achieve that number? Do I just want to achieve between 90 and 100 as my last decade? Or do I actually want to be thriving and be able to move and be mobile and be able to maybe enjoy some of my loved ones when I'm in my last decade? I think about that, and I encourage you to think about it as well. So for me, I did the math. I've actually kept track of how much time I spent in all of my strength and stability exercises for a whole entire week. And I've done this for the past 5 weeks. And then what I did is I calculated it and I took an average. Now I spend more time with upper body because I'm training more body part muscles. I'm training more muscle groups. I train legs every day that I do a workout, but I don't spend as much time as I do when I do a focused upper body. So upper body does get, if you look at the whole spectrum, more time throughout the week than lower body, but yet I'm training lower body every day. And the numbers came in up a little over 3 hours per week. Yes, 3 hours per week just in strength and stability exercising. This doesn't include my cardio, which is just as essential. I believe it's all essential. Now, I will tell you again, I kind of took a little reflection of all my clients, and at the end of the day, I literally said, every client that I've worked with for the last 5-10 years honestly could get in as much time in the gym as I can. I truly believe that. No one has proven me wrong they can't. It's just that they're putting their time in areas that I don't, because I'd much rather think about that last decade of life. That's where I want to put my time. So while some people may stay up and watch shows, which there's nothing wrong with, I can't do that because the only time I can get my workouts done and accomplished is first thing early in the morning. So I sacrifice doing evening stuff like that to wind down, and instead I get in bed and I wind down in bed before it's lights out, and I go down early. Now again, depending on your active roles, your time that you get up, the time you go to bed, this is all going to fluctuate according to the season you're in. But at the end of the day, I have found that no matter what season a client is in, they actually can achieve this success. So do you need to do 3 hours of strength training per week? Well, I know most people aren't, so I'm not even going to talk about do you need to, because I do have my thoughts. I have thoughts around that, and for good reason. And if I'm working one-on-one, we'll explore that more. But at the end of the day, most of you watching just aren't going to give your time to that, although you have the time. That's going to be a hard one for you to stomach, but believe me, if I can do it running 2 businesses, being very involved with 5 children that I have, all 5 of my children and my grandchildren, and keep up with the home and house care and everything else, I know that everyone can. It's just we all have a different value in what we're going to say no to. So I would say, depending on where you're at, it depends on your goals. Because if weight loss is your goal, we may put a little bit more time in the cardio department, but we're never going to compromise the strength training. I would say if you're in a season where your sleep may be compromised because you have little ones and they keep you very busy, this is where maybe a class would be good for you to get involved in. I was a member of Orange Theory not too long ago, and I have a daughter who has a little one who still continues to go to Orange Theory. For me, that's not enough. It's not to the caliber that I'm at, but I think doing a class that has cardio in it and some strength training 2 to 3 times per week. That may be all you can do, and do it in this season. I think that's great. So I would strongly encourage that. The other thing I would encourage is considering putting some money, it's an investment, to work with a personal trainer for a period of time, explaining to them that you're not planning on sticking with them, but you want to learn how to do exercises and lift weights properly to know that your form is correct so it avoids any injury, because that's often what can happen. And just learn what you need to do so that you can apply it all your life. That's really the key, and mix things up. But I understand that's not in everyone's budget. So it's really looking at your time. I think the key is saying, how much time am I willing to give each week? And then depending on your goals, you'll know how much to put towards cardio and how much to put towards strength training. Again, if you're limited on time, which I am too, but I'm still getting it done. I want you to challenge yourself in that area, because not enough people do. In coaching, I always find pockets of, but you're saying yes to this, and you could say no to this so that you could put time in there. So I really want you to challenge yourself. But I really, early on, when you're busy with little ones, I think the structured classes are great. I think they're great in all seasons, maybe a yoga class, maybe a Pilates class, to get some of that strength and stability. That is great. Just know that you still need to get your cardio done on top of that, and I'll talk about that in a different video. I also cover all of this in my program 3 Week Intense, which is coming up very soon. We start on Monday, April 8th. If exercise and the pillars of exercise are foreign to you, or you want to get a little more educated, please, 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 please take advantage of 3 Week Intense. It's such a wonderful program, and it's for everyone in any season where you're at today, even if you're deconditioned and you're coming from nothing. We welcome you. And I have women, the last quarter one, between 50 and 60-year-old women was my largest members of the age that was the largest members, and I had members all the way down to in their 20s. So it's all seasons, and I help walk you through how to get this done. You have quotas to meet, and we drive one another hard. It's intense for a reason. Check it out. There's a link in the description box to get more familiar with that. As you get older, and as maybe you have more freedom with time, or you can sleep now, or whatever it is, it's hard, again, when I'm not working one-on-one. Really start thinking about down the road, because that's what happens is people don't. And it's not uncommon for elderly people to share, if they could change something in their younger years, they would have taken better care of themselves. Well, there's a reason for that. And you don't want to be that person. So as you get older, figure it out. Figure out where you can get some strength and stability training done, whether it's working with a trainer, taking a class, watching YouTube videos, whatever it is. The key is that you're putting time into it. Start slow, build to at least an hour and a half per week, and maybe 3 or 4 cardio sessions. You will see significant changes in your health. You'll see significant changes in your physique and in your confidence. It's incredible, the confidence boost that women have when they take charge of their life, when they step into their power. Because what you do is you feel great about the effort you're putting in, and you're not so focused on the goal. You get such a reward for just putting the time and effort in. So I'd love to work with any of you one-on-one. I actually have a health and fitness bundle where I write a diet specifically for you, and I do write your cardio program for 6 weeks. So you'll get a nutrition plan to follow for 6 weeks and a cardio assignment. And then in that plan, I strongly encourage you incorporate some strength training. I do have a leg exercise video that's available. Take advantage of that. I also have an upper body where these aren't these aren't exercise videos. I'm just showing you moves that you can do, especially if you're training in your home or if you go to the gym and you fear the weights. I have some great exercises that I just walk you through so you can do them on your own. So take advantage of that. Get signed up for quarter to 3-week intense. That is typically a game changer. That's taking women and they're taking the knowledge and now they're applying it for the rest of their life. And it's amazing. They just continue on and on. These women are picking up the weights. They're doing their strength. They're doing their stability. They're exercising that student, be an eager student muscle, continuing to learn and grow. And as a result, they're achieving success how they see it. They're crushing their goals. They're coming back for all these rounds of 3-week intense because they love the community of we're all in this together. We're all struggling to make time ends meet, right? I mean, I get up super early. I do go to bed early to honor that, but it's staying laser focused, folks. It requires being laser focused to get everything done. But I'm telling you, if I can do it, you can do it. Even when I look at my daughters who have little ones, because I have a bird's eye view of their day to day and they're working moms, I still could easily create a program for them if they asked. Obviously, I never offer. I don't give unsolicited as advice to my adult children, but I can see where they could make it work, even though they have some sleepless nights, they have little ones. If you're a mother that if you're the guilty mom, you know, those guilty moms, which I don't remember this being a thing when I was raising children, but it amazes me the guilt that mothers have, and it actually prevents them from taking care of themselves. And I think it's, again, look at your last decade of life. This is your beautiful child. Do I want to be around? Do I want to enjoy them? Do I want to enjoy their children and maybe their children's children? So you really do have to look long term, because that may be the driving force that you need. It's not about motivation. It's not about discipline. This is a requirement for me. I am responsible to take care of myself. If I'm not, I'm being irresponsible. I mean, that's how I would view it. I don't look at other people because I'm not in their box. But for me, it would be complete irresponsibility for me to not be taking care of what I was gifted, this temple, right? It's part of my responsibility. So my goal, ladies, with this video is just for you to process, to ask yourself, where am I at today and where do I want to be? Get started. Take care of yourself. Put the work in with strength training and the stability and balance, especially as you get older. I changed how I do a lot of things because I'm always thinking, I still want to be able to go up and down stairs. I still want to be able to do that. So some of my stability moves while I'm holding 20-pound dumbbells, they are done in a way that I'm keeping the motion of being able to step up and step down and have that balance and control. So I'd love to help you. I'd love to work with you. Links to everything will be in the description box below. But yes, I would say I get 3 hours of strength training in per week, and anyone could do that, but you don't need to. You can start small and work your way up to it. But that's key. And then also getting your cardio in. And if you join 3-week intense, you'll be very familiar with all of this and you'll be checking off those boxes. And I'm going to be there supporting you and coaching you along the way, because I'm on the Facebook group community page almost daily, giving you tips, nuggets, and supporting you on your journey. And everyone else is supporting one another and cheering one another on. It is so awesome. The extra mile is lonely. We want you aboard, and we're ready for you to choose your hard with us. Struggles, we share it all on the Facebook community page for 3WI, and we help each other navigate this process of getting older and doing it in a most beautiful way so that we can have health and longevity and quality life later on. Thanks for sticking it out today. This was really an important video because I do get asked all the time, and I'm just so happy to share. Again, check out the links in the description box, and hopefully I'll see you in 3-week intense. Take care.